everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I am going to explain why I use a decade Euro computer. In other words, I use 10-year-old computers. Here's why I do that. These are testing machines. These machines are designed, well, the way I built them to test software. I built them to test hardware, add-on cards, and all that. And yes, I know that they're old, and I do need, someday I will get new testing machines, but these are sufficient for right now. So let me explain where each one came from. Okay, over to the left hand side is testing computer number 1. That computer case, the one with the Apple logo on it, was actually part of my daily use machine. I got a new case for the daily use machine at the time, and I swapped the case over to testing computer number 1. Now, when I bought this computer back in 2009. And the computer itself, not the case. I went down to a place called Fry's Electronics, which is no longer around, and I bought the computer. I had it in another case, and unfortunately that case got damaged. So rather than go out and buy a new case for this system, I used an old case just to do what I need to do. That is called a V-Class. It is built by MSI. The board is an MSI board, and it's been very good. This particular board used to be my dance machine. Unfortunately, parts broke on that, on the rest of the stuff, and I decided not to fix it, so I kept the computer. So that was 2009, which is 12 years ago. Now, testing station number 2, that is a different story. I had one computer that was a family member's that they gave me, and unfortunately that case fell apart, and the board in it happened to die. So what happened was I needed something. So remember, these are testing station computers. These are not daily use machines. So I went to a thrift store and picked up the case that you see with a really old motherboard in it. And what happened was that board was so old that it couldn't do very much. I could use Windows XP on it, but it didn't work. Unfortunately, a few years ago that board had died. So, not wanting to buy a brand new machine, which I'll get into a little bit later, my family member needed another computer. He has one for special projects, and he has one as daily use. His E-machine was his daily use computer. He gave that to me, and I swapped the E-machine board into testing station number 2 case. Yes, that's the one with the gray drive and the DVD-ROM and the other CD drive. So that computer was free. So the drives that are in there, I bought a computer a while back from a thrift store. I still have the board to it. I put those drives in there because I rebuilt this using parts that I had around. And it worked, you know. I spent, you know, $10 to $20. Sorry, that was a I spent anywhere from $10 to $20 on those parts. So those parts did not cost me very much. And the thing is, as I stated, I don't want to buy new stuff for a testing machine. Even though what I have done, if I want to test something, I go on Amazon and buy like anything from $10 to $30, and then I test that out just to do it affordably. Okay, so this one that you see, the silver case part, that is the eMachine case. Now, this is the newest computer out of all of them, board-wise. That used, the reason I had that is I was trying to test new things and all that, so this is the newest computer that I had. This was a gaming machine that I did not pay a lot of money for. So I used this as a gaming machine for about 5 years. Then, if you see my other videos about pairing the Senso pods, I did that on my gaming machine. That's the newest one. It didn't cost very much, but this enabled me to have another computer here. Now, the Power Mac. A family friend gave that to me because she bought a new computer. I did some upgrades to it. I have not used it in a while, but I got the computer completely free, except the keyboard and mouse. Unfortunately, this computer was so old that it did not like the USB input. But so that was the only thing I had to spend for that, and unfortunately that keyboard was expensive at the time, but it needed to run. So at this particular time, I wasn't messing with stuff, so that's why I bought the keyboard. Now, if you look up here, I have 2 Mac Minis. One I completely took apart. I haven't put it back together. I took it apart about a year and a half ago. And the other I left intact. I didn't spend very much on those computers. Unfortunately, since it's an Apple product, it was a little more money. But I got both of them for $60. I got both of them for $60 a piece. And that was okay because it was an Apple product and I was trying to teach myself more things. I will continue to teach myself more things. Now, those are actually newer than all these computers down below here. Now, and that gray CD burner that I got in there right now, I only paid $10 for that. The reason I got it is I did a video on how a CD burner works. Then again, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money. And the irony of this one was, my dad had a computer a long time ago. It was his second computer, and the drive he upgraded to was that exact CD burner. That's why I have it. When I do need to go buy something, I try to make sure it is as low cost as possible on this. And the reason that is because it's for testing. I want to make sure that if for some reason I would destroy the product, instead of being out $100, I'm only out 20. I know I don't like being out any money at all, but I'd rather be out $20 than $100. So now if you look up here, that wireless I got from Walmart for $20. I have 2 of them. One is my main one, and this is for testing purposes only. I will be switching my main one out at some point. It's not worth spending the money right now to do it. But I got that one for $20 and I got the other one for $20. Now, they don't make this anymore. It is a Belkin wireless. They make my mice, computer mice, and they make other adding cards for computers. So, as you can see, if you can see it on the video, I have a switch there. Now, and you're asking yourself, if the wireless has a switch in it, why do you do this? This way I could test networking all from here. Now, that switch I bought for $50 at the time, and it was hooked up to my daily use stuff. And I bought, fortunately there's a store called Office Max that was, the one near my house was going to close. So I bought a professional switch for $60 at the time. And it was a few years old, it was a few years ago. And it's been working ever since. I have a printer here. I bought this to do printer videos. I haven't done that in a really, really long time. So I got to go through the printer and see if it still works. The monitor, this is the most, I didn't buy anything all at once. I bought it as I needed it. Most of the stuff here, especially computer-wise, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on. Even the keyboards and stuff like that, I've got those cheap. Except for, obviously, the Apple keyboard. So, what I recommend doing, now, this video is about why I use this, but I'm going to put this in there. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, a technical channel like mine is, what I recommend doing is going to your local thrift store, picking up an old computer for, let's say, $10, $20, $30, and learning how that works. And the more you advance, the more computers you acquire. Now, when I started, and the reason I still use these computers, as I said, for testing purposes, a lot of the stuff that you're seeing right now has been with me since the beginning, especially testing computer number one. When I first started, I had no money, and because I was still working retail part-time. This setup you see now wasn't here. I did everything on the floor. Right where the camera is pointing, I did everything on the floor. And as my channel progressed, I was trying to get a professional appearance. So that's why I got this shelf, keep everything set up, so if I decide to do a video, I can do a video without having to bring the stuff from my closet. So that's why I still use 10-year-old computers for my testing station. So anyway, with that said, that is it for this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and click that bell for more notifications.